When it comes to a conclusion?
Well, I hear that there is a compromise that's been achieved, and I'm still learning the details, but there's something for border security, not a concrete wall. Some 55 miles, which is a very far cry from the 1,100 miles of border wall that the president wanted. And so I think it's a good compromise that we worked out. It takes us to the end of the fiscal year, so the main goal really at this point with the harm that was done by the government shutdown is to avoid that shutdown. Now the president is saying things such as he doesn't care what's in the compromise, which is totally irresponsible but not unexpected of him. So Congress, both the House and the Senate, should certainly I'll review this more closely, but from what I see, I would be prepared to vote for it. At all costs, we have to avoid another government shutdown. We've already harmed so many people too much.
But I've said since December that if we could let Senator Shelby and Senator Leahy do their work with the House, they could get this done. And that's obviously what's happened. They've worked hard at it. I believe it will be something that not only I can support, but something the House will support, the entire Senate will support, and the President will need to sign. And we need to get this done. And we can continue to look. It doesn't mean that the issues of border security are over, but we need to get this thing done. So I'm really optimistic.
What would another shutdown mean for the country?
It would be devastating, not only economically, but I just think mentally. I think people emotionally just can't handle this again. They don't know the uncertainties hurt our military, it hurts our families, it hurts everybody that deals with the government. So that's just not acceptable. That is just not should be on the table. I don't think anyone on either side of the aisle wants to see an emergency. I think that's a slippery slope that we should not go down, but if he goes down that route, we'll figure this out. I think this deal, from what I can tell, can get overwhelming support in both the House and the Senate.
Do you think the president should sign this? Is this a good deal for border security?
I really do. I think it's a start. Basically, if you look in the past 2 years, we spent about $1.6 billion, and that was always the question, how much can we physically spend in a period of time? I believe in border security. I think every Democrat and Republican does. They have different ways of coming at it. But this basically continues replacing where it needs to be replaced. The gates, or however you want to describe the secure structure. New being where it's needed and identified. If we listen to the professionals, we wouldn't get into this mess. We keep putting the politics ahead of the professionals and the architects and engineers that tell us what is feasible, what's needed, and what to do.
Do you think it would be legal for the president to declare a national emergency?
I think he would fail on the courts. I didn't think it would work, but I thought if there's any way to get us out of this mess, to go ahead and proceed down that gave him a way out, and basically let the courts do their job.